This is Marsha Scarbrough, International Living Spain correspondent, and today is August 9th, 2020, and I wanted to give an update on the COVID-19 situation here in Spain and the rest of Europe. I've noticed a lot of Americans asking when are they going to be allowed to travel to Europe. Well, let me explain how this works. So the European Union has devised a 4-phase quarantine de-escalation plan. Spain is part of the European Union. So in this plan, there are 4 phases. Each has its own set of restrictions. They're written down. Everybody knows what they are. And as you advance through the phases, the restrictions are less and less. The genius is you can also back up in the phases. If there's a spike or an outbreak, you can go back to the previous phase. Now, the decisions on moving between the phases are made according to statistics and only statistics. So it's very scientific. It's very even-handed. Every 2 weeks, the science and health people from the European Union look at the statistics, and people within Spain also decide who can advance and who can move back. So in Spain, for example, we had an outbreak near Barcelona in a migrant workers camp where people live in very close quarters. So that camp area was locked down, and all of Barcelona moved back a couple phases to the point that they are having to wear masks, can only meet in small groups, a sort of semi-lockdown. 2 weeks later, they look again, and they still have to stay there until it gets better. Then they will move forward again. So right now, there's a town near Burgos that's locked down. And here in Madrid, we moved back 1 phase. So we wear masks everywhere. And we can only gather in groups of 10 or less. And the bars and restaurants have to close by 1 a.m. People wear masks willingly. Also, you have to, because there's a security guard at the metro station who won't let you in unless you are wearing one. And I have heard there's a $100 fine if you're caught not wearing one or you refuse to wear one. I don't know anyone who's paid that or been subject to that. People here are very concerned about protecting their families, especially their older parents, and they know that the best way to do that is for everybody to wear a mask. So they just do. So how does this apply to Americans? Well, in this same de-escalation plan, there is a section about what country will allow to send tourists to the European Union. So it's a section on who will be allowed in. And it's the same kind of thing. It's statistics. They're looking at the rate of infection in every country. And when that rate of infection is equal or better to the European Union, then tourists are allowed in. So right now, Canadians are allowed in. Americans are not, because your rate of infection is too high. So it's not a vendetta. It's not that Europe doesn't like Americans. Believe me, Spain wants your tourist dollars. The restaurants are struggling. Everyone here needs your tourist dollars. We want you to be well enough to come to Spain. And it's a matter of the numbers and strictly that. So be well, be happy, and we'll see you in Europe.